Every now and again, Netflix release a Thai TV series or a movie, and I'm interested to try new things. World cinema is one of the niches that I review here on the Ruby Tuesday, so I thought I'd give this a go. But I have to say, it's been hit or miss for me. Mostly miss when it comes to Thai movies or series. Let's see if this fared any better. After losing her job, a woman discovers a mysterious package on her department doorstep, and her life takes a turn for the worse. So there's only 6 episodes. They range from about 45 minutes to 40 minutes. And it's a quick watch if you are enjoying it. The thing is, there is actually stuff to enjoy here. I love the premise of this. This woman finds this package.
Oh my god, look at my package.
Finds what's in it, and because of what's in it, she experiences violence in a new way. Her life spirals completely out of control in a mostly unbelievable way. So there are like points of believability that you have to put to a side, going, okay, this, if the characters would make like simple decisions that would find themselves not in that situation anymore. There's a bunch of that in here. There's also a supernatural element, which I wasn't expecting. I guess that's a bit of a spoiler, but it is very much a big part of the thread that they forced into here that I don't think was necessary. And that's one of the things that it doesn't work for me in this. It doesn't really know what it wants to be. I can't figure out if this is meant to be a comedy, very dark comedy, or whether they're being serious with the genre, the topics that they have in here. There's a lot of dark topics that they have in here. And for those wanting to watch with family members, definitely adult and above. They don't skimp on the violence, they don't skimp on the sex, they don't skimp on the nudity or the swearing, or the adult themes. That's all in here. You know, it deserves its R rating or 18. It's pretty impressive what they're showing on you. In some places, it feels like you're watching softcore porn. So I was quite surprised what we got with this. For the most part, the main protagonist, she's very watchable. She has an intensity to her that I really like. I like what she brings to her character. You are sort of rooting for her. The problem is when it comes down to the filmmaking. Now, a lot of the times, I would say about half, there was some creativity, and the looks of it, how it was shot, was done really well. When there is action, you don't really get to see that much of it. It tends to skip over it and kind of show you the aftermath of what has happened in that action. There's a lot of scenes that we didn't need to see. Literally, you could skip. You could hold down that button and skip scenes, and nothing would have progressed the story or moved anything forward. Her drinking a cup of water, driving to the place, throwing something away. There's so much that doesn't add to the story. It doesn't further the story in any way, that it really feels like you're watching a mise-en-scene soap. What I mean by that mise-en-scene is that you get to see everything in this scene, and rather than mise-en-scene that way, you get to watch everything happens, like slice of life, but it isn't a slice of life series. So what you end up having is a bunch of padding in each episode that's not necessary, then it feels drawn out, which is disappointing because the premise itself is interesting. The mix of genres with the supernatural could have worked, I guess, if it was much more punchier and they lent more into that dry comedy, because when it's there, it kind of works in a very weird way. And some of the acting is fine, but then you have that very dry, static interview shots with its filmmaking as well. When two people are talking back and forth, no creativity whatsoever, back and forth. There's a lot of that. So in amongst the drawn out shots of it, in amongst the back and forth two and stuff you don't need to see, do have some creative cinematography. Some of the score is fine, it looks okay, the acting is okay, and the story is intriguing. I like the idea of having a mostly contained situation spiral out of control. Now, the decision making from our characters is still stupid, even all the way to the end. With the way the story is going, it's kind of the correct way with how it ended, but it's certainly not how I would have written it. Not that I could have done better. I've worked in films and TV, but for the most part, after reviewing 3,000 films and TV shows, not even underestimation there, and then having worked in the industry with a degree, I know a little bit about this stuff. I know I feel like I'm justifying it, but I hate coming down hard on anything that's creative. So there is creative content in here. There is a story here that is okay. And I feel like I'm missing some of the culture specifics when it comes to Thai, with what is allowed to be shown on screen or what should even be on screen. Just felt gratuitous in parts for the sake of having that kind of shock factor there. I don't think you needed that at all to further the storyline. So there's a lot I would have taken out of this. Probably would have been a nice short contained mini series, like 3 episodes, done and dusted. A lot more fast pacing, a lot more integrated nonsense, that kind of what, if that's what they were going for, or choose one or the either of this genre. So I was disappointed. I'm going to give this 2 Nicolas Cages out of 5.
And you got one. Congratulations.
And that's because I like the creativity and some of the costume design and the idea of it. But if it didn't have any of that, I would go even lower. So let me know, did you enjoy this one? Did you think it was great? Thanks so much for watching. But if you're saying to yourself, Ruben, what am I going to watch this week? Is there nothing good on Netflix or streaming platforms this week? Of course there is. There's a mixed mash of stuff that's good and bad. There's going to be a nice animated series that's going to be on there. But I highly recommend you check out my review for Dear Child right here. Remember, Love Vlogger Tuesday.